that I have to spend. It's like, I challenge you! But wait. If I stay up late, I will late. I wanted to for a long time to watch a stream, but it's always so late. If you trust me, it's the same thing for me. For you, Alice, it's like 5 or 6 in the morning. For me, it's like late, but now on my schedule, now I'm allowed to stay up that late, but most days I'm at work when he's streaming now on my schedule now. Now on my schedule now. Now on my schedule now. Oh. Oh. Ah. So good. 8 of 9 twinkling to make that. Jesus, +5. I do want to get to +5. I don't really want to watch Hollow Knight, though. I mean, that's your choice, Shears. You don't have to be there for it. I'm just saying for everybody else. You don't really want to watch Hollow Knight? What's your problem with watching Hollow Knight? You don't like the game? It's literally the best game that's ever been made in the history of all time. Obviously, slight bit of over-exaggeration there, but it is up there for this year. It is potentially the #1 game of this year for me. Go into detail, Shears. Let me know what's your problem with Hollow Knight. Do you not like it? Is it not your type of game? Let's build a conversation out of this rather than just saying I don't like it. I'm curious. I'm not upset or anything. I just want to know. You haven't watched it? Well, this is the perfect opportunity. He'll be starting from fresh, starting from scratch. Be a lonely little bug in a world filled with things that want him dead. It's a good game. It's a very good game. That's the reason you don't want to watch it. That's the key reason right there. I absolutely understand if that's the case. If you plan on playing it yourself, absolutely don't watch it. I will most likely not allow you to watch it if you plan on playing it yourself. It's not an experience worth ruining just to support somebody, even if it's somebody I appreciate people going over and watching. 100%.
Ashen one.
Don't watch my YouTube series. Don't watch Vlad stream it. If you plan on playing the game yourself, stay the hell away.
Home, speak thine heart.
It's not a game worth ruining. It's definitely not a game worth ruining.
Very well. Then touch the dark, take nourishment from...
I will touch your darkness. It just doesn't scale as much anymore now. It doesn't scale much anymore now. I'm kind of a little upset about that. Endurance, so you can pump up my vigor a little more. You got 4 levels. We could get 10 stamina out of it. That's a 8% increase. See, now I'm actually 1. I don't know. I'm not doing math right now. It's some kind of % increase. Oh, play it. 100%. 100%. It's I can't say if it's my favorite game of the year or not because there are currently 3 games. I'm holding up a 2, but there are 3 games, 2 that are secured to be top 2. But there are 3 games right now vying for my Game of the Year selection, Hollow Knight being one of them. I cannot recommend that game enough. I will hype anybody up for it. It's fantastic. And before I welcome Delta in, even if you haven't played very many Metroidvania games in your time, it's like a perfect entry to them because it might be the best Metroidvania game ever. Now I'll welcome you in. Welcome, Delta. How you doing, man? Wah indeed. Wah indeed. Side panel on my computer just tried to shut on itself. I'm just gonna go stamina, honestly. Why not? At this rate. I'm gonna finish Cactus 2 and then start Mordheim, City of the Damned. Mordheim's just a weird one.
Farewell.
I won't play it. I won't play it. So with all that shit that you're planning, Vlad, what are we gonna do? Divinity? Huh? Huh? What's your boy Pernat hybrid? We'll do Divinity together. We could become the greatest team. Now I'm real mad. Can Banjo-Tooie be considered a Metroidvania? I appreciate your kappa there, because I almost just banned you for the day for suggesting such a thing. Get out of here with that nonsense. Is Banjo-Tooie a Metroidvania? It's a collectathon 3D platformer. It already has a genre. It doesn't need to invade the good games. Shadow of Wah! Oh, see, I thought you already had it. You might have been talking about the first one. I thought you already had it, man. My bad. Well then, in that case, we should play other games together then. Hey! Hey, bud. Do your fire. Do your fire. Oh, that's not the fire. Ooh, that was a swing attack. There's the fire attack. I'm also not two-handing again because I'm a silly bastard. It did more damage the second volley. I wasn't expecting that. That's why I stopped rolling. I thought Horizon Zero Dawn was PS4 exclusive. It's not on PC. Also, I owe you 4. Mega Stan. Just go. 88. Thank you. Hey, my copy of Stick Fight the Game has been refunded for... Thank Jesus it's been refunded. Didn't expect it to not be refunded, but I'm glad to have that atrocious, horrible designed masterwork of asshole plungering out of my library. What a waste of a game. Sorry for being harsh on it, but it's a terrible game. Doesn't deserve to exist. Oh, I mixed up what you were saying. I thought you were responding to Delta about needing to play Horizon on your stream, because he said you could play your entire library on HD. Or Ultra. That's where I got mixed up there. My bad. Got confused. No, I bought it for like 5-ish. And I'm gonna be honest here, you can blame Alexa Kid for that. You should play it with us. It's a good game. It's real fun. And then after 15 minutes of playing it, I convinced his whole stream that it's the worst game ever. It's actually just a terrible game. And I refuse to play it because it's garbage. It's just actually just a bad game. The funniest story about it, and this is the real story of it, which I've shared with everybody on his stream, including him, was I actually got the game. Originally, I got a copy of the game from the devs. I got a copy of it and returned it to them after playing about 3 minutes of it because it was very bad. And then had gotten convinced, mostly just because I wanted to stream more. I didn't want to just like be a one and done because Alexa's streams are not exactly the most well organized. So they were like, oh, it's only on sale for $5. And I'm like, well, maybe with these guys it's gonna be fun. News story, it was still trash. The game could be so good. Let me tell you about Stick Fight the game. It could be so good if it had some sort of leaderboard. If it told the players who were playing how well they were doing, how many points they had, if it had some sort of system like that, it would be 10 times better. It would be 10 times better. However, it doesn't. It literally just, you play and play until you decide to stop playing. There's no score. There's no scorekeeping at all. Fight, new map. Fight, new map. Fight, new map. The only time you can tell if you're winning is if you have a crown over your head, and all that tells you is if you won the last match. There's no scoring. Pokematsu, welcome in. How you doing? Thanks for ruining it for everyone. You're welcome. That's my job. My job as a streamer and as a YouTuber is to prevent you from buying the bad games and help you influence you to buy the good games. That was a shit game. I don't want you spending money on it because it's terrible. The first time it was so fun. Well, if I was able to convince an entire stream that it was bad, the first time it wasn't fun, it just seemed fun. What's up, bud? Bad roll, bad roll, bad roll. If I can convince one person from buying a shitty game, so help me God, I will do it. And that, my friends, was a shitty game that nobody should play. Oh. I didn't make him play Ultimate Chicken Horse. His chat did. Doing good, how are you? I'm doing good, Pokemon. So how are you doing? Even though you just told me how you're doing. It's the endless loop of asking people how they're doing. How are you doing? Good, how are you doing? Good, how are you doing? Good, how are you doing? Good. How are you doing? Good! How are you doing? It's just like the competitive friendliness. And to be fair, Shears, especially to you, to be fair, it's not like I was openly shitting on the game while we were playing it. In fact, I was quiet most of the time we were playing, except giggling every now and then. I let the game speak for itself. And it was bad. I didn't make anybody think the game was shit. Tyler openly admitted that he was starting to understand why I didn't like it. And good for him, too. He deserved to believe that it was shit. And it happened after the stream went offline, but my letter message, if you will, that you send to the devs or send to Steam when you want to refund something was perfect. It was perfect. It said this game was atrocious and I don't want to see it anymore. Why did I heal there? Not sure. That seemed like a stupid idea. I should probably run. Mother of dicks. Not King of the Storm, Mother of Dicks. Nice misses. I couldn't see what he was doing because this is camera battle, the frickin' fight, boss fight. What time you're doing that move? You haven't done that move in ages. Doing good, how are you? I'm doing good, how are you? Don't you dare, don't you! Waste of an Estus. Just because Tyler's community appreciates memey, stupid, shitty games doesn't mean I do. I love the guy, he's a decent fellow. But that game was garbage. They could have very easily kicked me off the stream. They could have very easily just said, hey, Penta, if you're not having fun, we'll just play it, you can go. You don't have to appease me. They could have just said, Penta, get out of here. I would have said, okay, have fun playing. It wouldn't have even been that rude. He could have just messaged me in Discord or been like super subtle about it, and I'd have been like, all right, I'm clearly not having fun, you guys are. I'm not against it. Jesus Christ, there's no way to dodge that one. But I'm not gonna spend my day talking about that. There's better things to do, like dying to this guy for the next 2.5 hours. Clearly a better use of my time. Got a little greedy. Continuing to get even more greedy. Oh, he blocked me. He blocked me good right there. Heal. Ooh, he went in for the double attack. What a rude dick. What a rude dude. I forgot that was an attack. That was 100% Penta's fault. I forgot that he did that. I saw him like shoot the sky and I was like, wait a second. He's just charging up his thing. Nope, that's actually an attack of his. Forgot about it. He shoots an arc of lightning up in the sky and then rends it down on the ground. That's gonna hit me. That didn't hit me. I was too late. I gotta remember the timing on that son of a bitch. Just heal. Just heal. There's no reason to die to this son of a bitch right now. Aside from the fact that he's potentially the hardest boss in this game, blah, 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 who cares? Get out of here. No, Penta, you're too important. Oh, thank you. Dodged at the wrong time. Can't get up. My guy's stuck on the fucking ground. Fuck you, Dark Souls. Fuck you, Dark Souls. That arc worker's really good on here? Oh, yeah. So anybody got time for Castle Crashers yet? Delta, pay attention to the Discord, man. No. I don't want to sound rude, but no. I have no schedule right now. I haven't for a month and a half, dude. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I've been repeating myself for 6 weeks. There is no schedule right now. That's why I started streaming today at like 7 in the morning, is because I don't have one, man. Oh, I've played through this before. This is my second playthrough. And we're playing a special build, as Megastan just posted. We're playing a samurai build, which means I only can use curved or long swords, can't use shields, specific armor. I love you, Delta. I do. It's just... I've been asked that exact question 9 times this week, and I've answered it 9 times this week. 3 of those times were by the same person. So just I appreciate your patience, but just bear with me, man. I can't set a time unless I know I'm available that time. Which sucks. I agree. I do. I hate it just as much as everybody else, but if you watched the video that I put up last week or a week or so ago, you can probably understand what I've been going through. It's not easy. The last time I went through this, I didn't stream for 4 months, so I'm trying to squeeze it in when I can, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. Son of a bitch, she's summoning Oscar. Those mechanical saw things are so annoying. Don't know what you're talking about. I still wouldn't have found it funny, even with the Kappa. You wouldn't have gotten a laugh, that's for sure. Because at that point, with a Kappa, it's no longer just a curious question that I've been asked before. It's an asshole question that I've been asked before. The ones these Ukrainian guys use? Ah. They seem like good people. That being said, I love everybody here. It's just there's particular things that I don't like being reminded of. One of them being my current schedule situation. It's just, it sucks. It sucks. The feeling that you're consistently letting every single person in your community down is not a fun feeling. Welcome back, Belina. How was school? Or are you still at school and you're on a break? I'm not sure.
Very well.
Alright, that's pretty much everything, except for the Soul of Cinder. So before we fight him, we're going to probably enter the first DLC area? Probably.
Farewell, Ashen One.
What can I make with that? I forgot. Is it it's a spear, right? No, I can make a great lightning spear, right? I think. Oh, Jesus. He's done the thing. You're back from school. Well, welcome back. You said, I hope you're live in 2 hours. I didn't let you down. That's what I'm here for, to not let people down.
Knowst thou the name Henry of Estep?
Oh, yeah.
Though gave no elucidation. So,
I did happen upon a Twisted Soul. Yeah, Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm and the Storm Curved Sword. I can use it. It's a curved sword. But it's got to be Twinkling, right? It has to be Twinkling Titanite. It has to be. It's a boss soul. Or Titanite scale. I sold all my scales. Fuck.
Well, 'tis good to see, wasn't he?
Oh, that's rough. I sold every scale I got from the beginning of the game. That's a little rough, but that's okay. That's okay. We have the Black Blade. We don't need anything else. Alright, so Ashes of Ariandel. Did I get a bone shard? I didn't. No. Ariandel, gotta go to the Cathedral of the Deep. And we just gotta go to the Cleansing Chapel. Alright, let's enter this first DLC area. Yeah, hey, yo. Bump, bump, ba-da-ba-dum, bump. Good time to remind everybody that if you are here, happen to be lurking, watching, or otherwise, if you're enjoying the stream, consider hitting that follow button. It's an easy way to get notified if I'm live. Most of you here are probably already, but if you haven't already, if you happen to just be checking the channel out, you see somebody, oh, somebody's playing Dark Souls 3. He's doing a thing. We'll see him kill some bitches with a sword. And if you're having fun, go for it. I won't argue.
Wait,
Yeah.
you've the same scent as that woman. Then you must be an action one.
I can 100% guarantee what that sign says.
You don't know how long I've searched.
No, I don't want to talk to you. Hold on.
Ashen one.
I will never follow you, Kappa.
Just to
It's fair.
ask of you.
Like I said, I won't argue.
Lady lives in the cold land of Ariandel. I need you to show her flame. A proper flame that will burn the rot away. If you truly are ash, then it must be fire that you seek.
Hold on. Try rear, and then time for tongue. Oh yeah, Belina, I turned the commands command off because I haven't had time to edit it, and half of the commands don't exist anymore. Is there a command you're looking for? I can always ask, and I know you're already following me, Sheards. I already know you are. Fail fish, haha, fail fish.
Don't mind me. Didn't
How
mean to
long?
fall apart.
Exclamation point, how long, and exclamation point, when. When tells you when you followed, exclamation point, how long tells you how long you've been following.
I need a prop if you.
Yep, we'll go.
Thank you. They of ash never fail. Just a moment, then.
Gee, 6.5 months.
Ariandel. Well, rotted scrap.
4, almost 5 months for Pokemon, huh?
Go on. Take it. Touch
it. 2 months. That's right, baby. That's right. You snide bastard. I love you. 2 months. How?
And then the ashes were too.
Yeah, Vlad's gonna come in and show everybody up. Almost a year. Almost a year. Delta 6.5 months. Just the exact amount of time that Belina has been following. You and Delta have been following the exact amount of time. Probably not down to seconds. But Jesus. Hello, Vlath. How you doing, Vlath?
Have you just arrived? How very unusual. Just how long has it been? Rejoice, my new friend. For this is a true haven of the forlorn, the cold and gentle painted world of Ariandel. Quick, go along. Find one for yourself. A sweetly rotting bed.
And for those that are curious, this is the first DLC area. This is the Ashes of Ariandel DLC area. So we are completely, aside from the last boss, completely done with the main game. 2 months since I told you how much I hate you, and I appreciated every single day of it, Fifth Alice. I appreciated every single day, 100%. By the way, how's this stream look? I completely forgot to ask this earlier. I think I might have forgot to send my settings back to where they were for Dark Souls. I hope everything's been looking good. And not shitty. Because I remember the last stream I did was an indie grab bag, so I dropped the settings down because they don't need to be high. Okay, who had sex with Delta? That's a perfect question. Okay, that's not an evil tree. Are you an evil tree? Nope. It's okay. Is that okay as in I've seen better? It could be better? Or okay as in it's fine? Because if I have to bump it up, I can bump it up. Because I think I left it at 3200, which I usually have for the indie streams, just because playing a game like Bot-like and Rage Quest, I don't need to have my bitrate cranked up to that much higher. They're not exactly that graphically intensive of a game. Pokemon, you should have been paying attention to the Discord messages I put. Stardew might be put on hold. It may be. I put that in Discord a while back because there are too many games and I've already played Stardew, so that's going to be one that it might be taking turns with something else. But there are so many other games, many of them that I've promised that I'm going to play as press codes, so it's like one of those situations where it's like, do I play Stardew and just have fun on stream, or am I going to be doing part of my job and maybe not promoting, but playing the games that developers were nice enough to give to me? So it's not canceled. It's not completely off the schedule. It's just, it might be something that I squeak in every now and then for a few hours, or wait for a little bit. Let's count it down. I've got just the big ones to name. I got Hand of Fate 2, Battle Chasers Night War, and I think one more, which hilariously enough I can't think of it right now. But Battle Chasers and Hand of Fate 2 are the bigger ones. Now, granted, they might not be full playthroughs. If I don't feel like doing full playthroughs of them, we might just play them for a little bit, but I mean, if I'm liking it, I might do a full playthrough, but hey, the Bloodborne enemies. Christopher, there were 2 games that I played on the Indie Grab Bag that weren't out yet and aren't out yet. The first one is Nimbatus, and then yes, Chasm. There's a ton of info about that game. Release date's still up in the air, but there's a ton of info you can find on their Twitter page. They have a Kickstarter page you can go to. Just search Chasm game. It'll take you to all the relevant links for it. They are entering... I gotta be careful what I say. They're entering the last, like, home stretch before it comes out. So it's not coming out yet. They're hoping by Q1, Q2 of next year, so maybe 5-6 months they're hoping. But I'm giving them as much time as they need, because the game was supposed to come out 3 years ago. So it was supposed to come out in fall of 2014. So I'm giving them as much time as they need, because the game has improved a ton. Basically, there's a lot of people on the internet that are pissed that it's not out. It was supposed to come out, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and it's like, well, if it had come out back then, it would be a lot worse, because the game was completely different back then. It was basically a Dark Souls 2D, like, wannabe game, and now it's created its own identity, because they took their time and they polished it. Also, the gank wolves are my favorite part of this game. Favorite part of this DLC right here is these gank wolves. Jesus Christ. I didn't want to heal. Jesus. Just kill the big one, please, so it stops calling more little ones. You know, it's a great way to introduce your new players to a new DLC area. How about we make them use all their Estus in one fight? That seems like a logical decision to make, and this isn't the worst of it. There is a section of this DLC that is way worse ganking than this. This DLC gets some shitty fights in it. Tomika! Oh my god. Long time no see. Tomika, how you doing? Welcome back, Sans. Oh, it looks great. Chasm is going to be amazing when it comes out. There's one of the trees. Oh, I shouldn't have promised the DLC. I'm gonna hate Ariandel so much. I love this DLC because it's a Dark Souls expansion, but Jesus Christ if I hated the DLC when I first played it. Not only for the content itself, because it's very short, it's very lackluster, and its primary focus was PvP, so a lot of the game is just PvP focused. Hell, even one of the bosses, one of the two bosses, is optional because you only really have to fight him for PvP shit to get access to an arena. But this shit. But it's still Dark Souls, so I like it. Lurker mode activated. Enjoy your lurk, Belina. Well, I'm gonna go play Uno, Monopoly, and some other shit. Well, have a nice one, Shears. We'll see you next time, man. Thanks for hanging out, bud. School and all that jazz, I completely understand. I'm still, regardless, always happy to see you here, Tamika. Welcome back. The wolves are definitely pain. I could not have said it better. You had a good night on the town there, Wolfie. Jesus Christ. There's the biggin. Jesus. Forgot to mention this one. Let's make them use all their Estus and then fight the actual guy. This is the worst shit in the game. I hate this DLC, man. Nice. And I'm not just shamelessly shitting on the DLC. It's pretty much a lot of the people in the community that were not relatively stoked when Ashes came out. I've heard that Ring City makes up for it tenfold. I've heard Ring City is amazing. Just kicked the tree for no reason. Just seemed like a good idea. Is there one more up here? Nope, but there's 4 of you guys. For what reason? Because it's Dark Souls. And a tree, so I am dead. Motherfucker. There's no reason for me to fight you. There's no reason for me to fight you. I just gotta make it to the next bonfire so I can save and get all my shit. DLC's better get better, I suppose. Yeah, I've heard that Ring City's amazing. I've heard there's maybe one part of Ring City that's absolutely shit, but it's only like a 5-minute stretch, and then everything else is great. I may have a different opinion when I play through it, but... Oh, fuck, I forgot this part. Oh, Jesus. I completely forgot about this tower. By these freaking Earth Warriors, trying to keep them away from the trees. As those trees aggro, I'm done for. And how are things going here? Everything alright? Things could be better, we'll be honest. Things have been very rough the past, like, month or two, but things could be better. I'm completely unfazed by this, honestly. Glad you asked, though. It's not like I'm in an absolute shit state, but things are in kind of a bit of a downturn, but we are all good. Thought I just heard him. I made a whole video about it, Tamika. I made a whole video on YouTube about it. Feel free to watch it to get the answers. Because seeing as I talked about it for 30-odd minutes in a video, I kind of don't feel like re-explaining myself here. Understandably. I just need to get to a fire, man. Oh, wolf, you fucking... I just want to skip this DLC. I just want to skip it. I just want to skip it. I hate this fucking DLC. It's gonna take me like 8 hours to beat the last boss of this DLC because it's such a shit show. I already beat it once. I proved myself. I'm done. You enter the Ring City after the final boss, then. Do I have to fight Soul Cinder to go to the to Ring City, correct? Yeah, I'm not doing it. I hate the Ariandel DLC. I love it because it's Dark Souls, but I don't love it enough to play through it a second time. Sorry. I know. Dude, he's just a pansy. He's a salty little bitch. True. I already played through it, though. I skipped the demon runs because I skipped the demon ruins because it's a bullshit area that I didn't want to go through. I got what I needed and left. Yeah, I think it's... I don't honestly know, so if anybody If anybody has that answer, how to get... I'm not going to go fight the Soul of Cinder. I'm not going to go fight the last boss and then have to play through the game again to go to the last DLC. I don't know where to get to the last DLC. Agent Day, welcome in, bud. How you doing, man? How's your day going? I'm not even gonna go get my souls. Screw those souls. Don't need them. Don't want them. Anybody? Yeah, just gonna light the fire then. We'll just hope. I had heard that it's after him, but hopefully it is. Because if it's not, we're not doing the Ring City. I'm not going back through everybody just to fight another DLC area. So just woke up, but it's pretty good. How have you been? I've been good. Did I put the Abyss Watchers down? I did put the Abyss Watchers down. There she is. Okay. Alright. Just woke up. Nice. What time is it where you are, Agent A?
The five lords sit their 5 thrones. All thanks to thee.
Cape seems to be having some issues.
Ashen One, with the lords as thy witness, bend thy knee afore the bonfire's coil.
What's going on with your hood?
And let the lord's embers acknowledge thee as their true heir, a true lord.
My wife.
To link the fire.
What's going on with your hood?
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
(8:30) normally I have school, but because of Remembrance Day, the teachers get today. As there's I get a day off. Nice, you get a day off? I love days off.
Noble lords of Cinder.
Here we go. Oh, shit.
Fades. And the lords go without thrones. Surrender your fires to the true heir.
Oh, Jesus, Delta. How you doing, BMO? If you've already completed the Ashes of Ariandel, a second bonfire will appear in the final boss room near the statue of a snake. Simply interact with the bonfire and you will be teleported to the first level of Ring City DLC, or travel to the bonfire outside the final boss fight of Dark Souls 3. Or travel to the bonfire outside the final boss of the Dark Souls 3 DLC and turn around, a second bonfire will be there behind you. Interact with a new one to be traveled to the new level of Ring City. Okay.
To the old
Yeah.
gods of Lordrin.
I mean, since I'm not doing Ashes of Ariandel, half of what you wrote didn't need to be there, but I appreciate you, bud. And welcome in, BMO. Glad to see you, man. Okay. Because I think I've got to... I've gone to the Ring City before. I remember it from my first playthrough. I went into the first area. I killed like 5 enemies and then left. Because I didn't want to play it. Because I'm a pansy bitch and I didn't want Dark Souls to be over with. But, I couldn't remember for the life of me. Oh, it's such a good ending to this game. Oh, I love this game so much. It's so damn good. And I'm gonna be honest, there is a potential for us having to wait to do Ring City. We might just have to fight the final boss and wait for it. There it is, right there. We might have to wait, because I was told, if my information is right, I was told that you're like required level or recommended level for getting into the Ring City and being successful at is like 140, 150 soul level. It's like a new game plus 2 type of area. So, like, I don't know, it's up to you guys. Do you think 99 is good, Delta? You think 99 is good, like just about 100 soul level? Because I know I was like 117 when I did Ashes for the first time, because I was already on New Game Plus when I went in there. And it wasn't hard, but it was pretty average for Dark Souls, like average for Dark Souls. It felt like a first time going through. I'm going to rely on Delta. Your input is going to make us make this decision for us. Because I'm comfortable going in. If I get my ass kicked, I get my ass kicked. But if you're sitting here saying, like, you're better off waiting, I don't think that's the bonfire. I'm pretty sure this is the bonfire. Right here. Go to Dreg Heap. Yeah, that's to Ring City. That is the right bonfire. Yeah, it's like 100 plus. That's not answering the question. I'm gonna go. The question was, do you think I should go? Do you think 100 is good enough? Oh, yeah, it's 100 plus, so I should be ready, in theory. Okay. My bad. I read wrong. Read wrong. All right, here we go. Ring City, baby. For the first time ever, past, like, this first opening area, everything is going to be blind. All right, the Dreg Heap. And I don't see where we came from. I think we came from, like, right behind here.
Oh, your head's square on your shoulders, is it? I thought that clamoring tin can was the last.
Thank you, Agent A.
What is it you want from this old stone-armed hag? I've nothing for you, not a smithereen. I just like to stand here and take in the view.
No.
Keep your mark, at least until...
I'll keep my marbles, don't you worry. My marbles are safe. Let the ass-kickery commence. Well, here's hoping. Wouldn't be a good DLC area if I didn't get my ass kicked. So I think, since that's the Eclipse, pretty sure the Solar Cinder's behind this. Behind... Oh, you're not even a problem, are you? Don't hit me. You're a problem. Wait a second. Don't tell me they're infinitely spawning. Don't tell me they're infinitely spawning. I thought I only saw like 5 or 6 down there. This is like 8 or 9 right here. Okay, they're not infinitely spawning. We're good. So the DLCs in Souls series generally more difficult than the base game, because I've noticed that from Dark Souls 2. In Dark Souls 3 especially, it is recommended to do the DLCs afterwards. It's primarily Ring City, because Ring City actually, from what I understand, and I've retained pretty much every spoiler there could possibly be. I have not been spoiled of anything. I know maybe... Nope, I don't want to go through yet. I know maybe like 5 things about the game so far, beyond just like the fact that the area exists. But one of the main things I do know is that apparently from everybody who I know that is a friend and a fan of Dark Souls as well, Ringed City wraps up the story. It is like the end. Which is why I was kind of asking, not this stream, but like maybe a stream or two ago, if I should fight Soul of Cinder first, because I do have the option of fighting him and then going to the DLC. But I wasn't sure if that would like put some dissonance on the ending of the game. We still have that option to change it, Delta, BMO, if you guys have that info. If you guys think for story and lore purposes, if it would benefit me to fight the Soul of Cinder before doing Ringed City, or if doing Ringed City just adds to the fight of Soul of Cinder, because I don't know. Keep the spoilers free, keep it spoiler free, but just give me like a simple, do Ringed City first, do Soul of Cinder first. Because you have the option to go back here once you fight the last boss. That's one of the things I like about 3. You can fight the last boss, and it just gives you the option to go back to Firelink. I want to make sure the story is done right, because it deserves it. But to answer the question in shorthand, Agent A, yes. The DLCs in all of the Dark Souls games are intended to be done after the game is already beaten. As far as I know, there's no reason to not do Soul of Cinder first. I couldn't tell you, I'm not much of a lore head. It's personal preference. Thank you, ScarJ. Welcome in, bud. It's personal preference. BMO says, as far as I know, there's no reason not to do, or to not do the Soul of Cinder first. Shoot, let's fight the Soul of Cinder first, then. We should be able to just come back here. It's confusing because as all Dark Souls lore is confusing, I was under the impression that Soul of Cinder should be done first because Ringed City wraps up everything post that as far as a lore standpoint goes. But if it's personal preference, I think I should just do this maybe first. I don't know. It would make sense to do the Ringed City first, because you gotta like fight your way through the Ringed City to get to the Soul of Cinder, because he's like behind you. But then on the flip side, it also makes sense to fight the Cinder and be like, wait bitch, it's not over yet. So now begs the question, which do I do? I guess now begs the question, can I beat the Cinder first try? Let's try the Soul of Cinder, just to show off potentially like the best fight in any video game ever. And it's not going to make a damn lick of sense for anybody who didn't play the first Dark Souls. Which is the worst part about this fight. The worst part about this fight is that seeing somebody who didn't play the first Dark Souls say, oh, that was a cool fight, and that was their reaction. And I'm like, it's the best fight ever. It's the best fight ever. Let's go back to the kiln. Yeah, we'll give it a try first. I don't think I'm going to take too long on him, just because he's not meant to be hard, not to spoil it. He's not meant to be a difficult boss. He's meant to be an emotional boss, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. He's not meant to be a challenging boss fight. He's meant to be like that, oh shit, boss fight. He's meant to be like, yeah, because the Ringed City is this right here, right? What's up on this wall, beyond this wall? It's just, I teared up beating Dark Souls 3 for the first time. I was completely taken away. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was just like, oh my god. And so I hype up the boss because it deserves it, but oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. And it sucks because, yeah, like I said, the people who played Dark Souls 1 won't know. They won't understand. There's a point in the fight where the tone changes, the fight changes, like the second or third phase of the fight. It's like the first one in the game that has 3 phases. And it just flips itself. For those that have watched the Hollow Knight playthrough, or watched anybody play Hollow Knight or know Hollow Knight, the final fight of Hollow Knight has that similar thing. It was influenced and it was like a homage to this fight in this game, because it's not just a tonal change, it's not just a combat change, it's a musical change, it's a feeling change. Just, yeah. Scar J said it absolutely perfectly. That familiar music hits, and it's just kicks you right in the freaking nuts as a Dark Souls fan. You got a little bit of a rough start there. I almost feel bad because I feel like the music is too quiet. If it's too quiet, let me know, because that's part of the game. The music of this fight is actually part of, like, the design and necessary. Yep, now he's in mage mode. Now he's in Lance mode. Agent A, leave. I'm less excited about you being here, or I'm more excited about you not being here to see this than I am if you spoil this for yourself. I warned everybody earlier, and I will continue to do so. If you plan on playing this game for yourself, there's no reason you should be here, pretty much. Now he's in scimitar mode. I'm trying to read chat. Not having a good job doing it, though. In one way, I kind of feel bad for Agent 8 for even having to ask that question, because in my mind, that's like the silliest question. Should I watch the last boss fight before I play it for myself? That just seems like a silly question to me, and I'm doing horribly right now. You're not gonna get me with your super move, bud. You will get me with that move, though. Back at like 10:15 to see if it's done. You give me too much credit, my friend. Very, very stupid. Very stupid decision there. Is he back in mage? Mage mode. Shit. Alright, here we go. Now it's time to run away, because he's gonna explode. Maul, how you doing, bud? Yeah. Pretty much you can just... It's a blanket statement for me. If you're playing a game for the first time, watch the last... Don't watch the last boss. Fight the game. Fight the boss on your own. So good. It's so good. Everything about this phase is just the absolute greatest. It's so damn good. And like I said, it's not even meant to be difficult. It's meant to wrap up the franchise. Kind of walked into that one, deservingly. Yep. I actually... Yeah. Oh, almost got it on first try. Yeah, those nerd chills, man. Scott, that's the perfect way to describe it. Is it's just like the piano starts now that everybody that is potentially going to be spoiled is out of the building. What this fight is, I'm going to describe it a little bit. What this fight is from a lore standpoint. Welcome back, Fakey. Thank you for the host. Did you just finish up your stream? Yo, welcome in. Everybody go follow Modern Poet. Hit that MP. Get over there. Follow that channel. Amazing Twitch streamers. Mr. P, Fakey, great stream. The Soul of Cinder, for those that didn't play Dark Souls 1, the Soul of Cinder is the collection of all of the souls. Everybody. All the chosen undead from Dark Souls 1. Everybody who's repeated relinked the fire. Everybody from Dark Souls 2 who kept relinking the fire. Everybody from Dark Souls 3 who kept relinking the fire, including Gwyn. That's why he keeps changing forms. He changes forms to reflect the combat strategies and weapons types and battles and stats and all that of the people that he became. And the final phase of the fight is the most important one, because the final phase of the fight is Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder, the guy who originally lit the flame to start in the era of, the Age of Fire. And yeah, all the lords who've linked the fire. Gwyn being the primordial flame. He's the guy who set in motion all of Dark Souls. He's the guy who started the Age of Fire. He's the guy who originally lit the flame and took care of it for years and years and years and years until your original chosen undead slew him in the first Dark Souls and took him down as the original Lord of Cinder. That final phase is Gwyn. That's his soul reflecting through the Lord of Cinder. That's what I mean, BMO. That's what I mean. And for the people watching on like YouTube or something, they can't see what you're saying anyway, but thanks for clarifying in chat. That's Gwyn. And the musical change that happens is it starts the track of Soul of Cinder. Once the second phase starts, it loops the first 2.5 minutes of the track, 2 minutes 20 seconds or whatever the track, until you beat the first phase, and then it stops the loop and it drops into the second half of the song, which is a reiteration of Gwyn's theme from Dark Souls 1. It's a lore bomb that everybody appreciated in Dark Souls history. It's a lore bomb that was emotional for a lot of hardcore Dark Souls fans. And it's one of those things, as I'm sure you're aware of now, what we were talking about earlier, alluded to earlier, if you didn't play Dark Souls 1 or aren't aware of it, flew right over your head. It's the pinnacle moment of the franchise that made everybody go, God damn, these games are amazing.